here we are. You've spent 3 days here doing learning on cadaver specimens, and I already told you I'm very impressed of how fast you've grown, how can-do attitude, how much can-do attitude you have. But let's hear your perspective. Go ahead.
I guess root canals have always been something that I think that most people shy away from. They kind of just leave it up to the endodontist because it's that uncharted territory, and I think there's a misconception that you can only do good or hard hypocalcified canals if you're a specialist. You can only get the training to successfully do it if you go through a residency program. And but I wanted to apply it, and I wanted to be hands-on and get the confidence doing the skill before I took it back to the practice. And even saying that, I already started a few molar endos, as you saw.
That's right.
Prior to coming, and so that was just a little taste of it. And so this has just been, it's really neat. It's like going back to school without going back to school.
That's true.
It's like you have a live patient, but they don't complain.
Uh-huh.
They do what you say, and you don't have mounted teeth that you can just, sit down and position yourself on a tabletop. It simulates everything, I think, as close as possible. And something that Lin Fu and I were talking about is it really puts in your mind the perception that you're working in a live clinical scenario with a live patient. They're positioned the same way, you're positioned the same way, you have an assistant, the setup is the same, you're in an operatory, you have a cadaver head, it's the teeth are arranged the way that they would be anatomically. You're taking radiographs the same way as you would on a live patient, and so I don't see how you can get any closer to doing it without actually doing it on a breathing human being. And so
that's true.
And the nice thing is these have been the hardest cases that I've ever tackled, and I've made mistakes, which is good because I'm usually one who's unlucky where I don't make mistakes in this type of scenario, which is not a good thing. You want to make mistakes when you're in school. You want to make mistakes when you're training because that's how you learn. And so that's built my confidence, and seeing other practitioners who are more skilled than I making the same mistakes that I am, and we're all growing together, and seeing that there's a learning curve and a learning process. And, it's been really neat. I've really enjoyed it. And like you said, it's exhausting, but in a good way. It's an exciting way. Yeah.
And you're still smiling.
I'm still smiling. I know. Yeah. And I'm one of those people, when I really enjoy it, even if it's tough, and even if I feel like I'm being drug around, I don't know. It's like you might as well smile. It just makes everything more enjoyable.